What I wanted to start with is what you and I kind of kicked around and said, okay, we've promoted that off air with Jeff and Rachael.
Oh, this thing.
Is some of the things that's too spicy for radio.
Too hot for on-air content.
So see what you think about this. There's a startup in LA that is launching the first ever Sperm Racing League. Yes, you heard me correct. Yes, men's little swimmers. They've built a microscopic track so those guys swimmers can go head to head and see who swim the fastest. The first event ever will live stream April 25th. That is next week, next Friday.
Are you going to be watching?
And yes, you'll even be able to bet on it.
Of course you will. This it's so stupid, but it's not shocking to me, and I kind of see how people would find it entertaining.
Have we really gotten to that point where we're trying to find something entertaining that we've got to do this? I mean, and to the point where, you can bet on them.
Well, I was going to say, you know how ridiculous sports betting has got.
Yes.
Like, oh, the stupid, what color the Gatorade's going to be that they pour on the coach.
Yes.
So a bunch of males running this absolutely lines up for me. This is like taking a testosterone test or something like that. Like, let's measure our teens. Let's see who has the fastest sperm.
But here's the thing I want to know too. So it says guys, swimmers can go. Are we going to know these people's? Surely we're not going to get their name. They're going to have a number, right?
Oh, come on,
because you don't want to know that.
Yes, they do.
That Tony has a slow swimmer.
They want everybody to know that they're number one.
No.
Why are they doing it if they don't want to use it as a bragging?
Man. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No, I am. No.
So will you be streaming?
No.
You gonna put any money on it? How would you even know?
You got to be careful how you say you're going to be streaming when you're talking about this kind of race. Okay. Because
fair.
Yes.
But okay. Like normally you can study like athletes, you can kind of get a look at their game and stuff to have some sort of indication.
Even horse racing, they go to the paddock and they look around and they see, that horse has been on Lasix, or that horse just relieved itself. It's going to run fast. I mean, how do you, yes.
I guess the only track record you can look at is how many children they have. There's two people involved. There's still, that's no sure thing.
You could probably, since if you're watching on YouTube, you can see my face. I'm a little embarrassed about this because I cannot believe Sperm Racing League.
I absolutely can't believe this. Somebody's gonna make a lot of money too.
Oh,
that's
for
what's
sure.
Weird.
For sure.
And then you have to explain to people how you made that money.
Right? Man, how did you make all your millions?
Put a really big bet down on a sperm race.
Oh,
killed it.
Unbelievable.
Glad you brought it up, Jeff. I have a few things on here. None of them related. None of them are related to sperm racing, so I don't know how to easily seg on to a next thing.
Let's do this. All right, next topic.
Back to the pottery class. Had I gone last time? I can't remember. No, I hadn't. Okay, no. I've been.
You were supposed to have been because we'd found out the week before you went the wrong day. So now it happened. It
has happened. I have gone to a pottery class. We did get the right day. I hate to say it, not a natural. It's a little discouraging to me. I really wanted to be a natural. I know people are like this, where it's when you're doing a new thing, it's discouraging when you suck at it. I feel like some people, especially people, you can attest to this, kids that were in sports.
Yeah.
You can stick with stuff a little bit longer because you did it over and over. You understand you're going to suck until you're better.
Right.
Because you've done this and you've proven it to yourself.
Practice makes perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. I know this like in my head, but I just feel like I should be better at it. I was trying to find the pic. Okay, so
did they not give it, like, they're not helpful?
No. She instructed me. Okay, so this was first day. You can tell one looks okay. Right?
So wait, did you do both of those?
Yes, I did. And the one that looks better was actually the first attempt, and the one that went off the rails was the second attempt.
So your first attempt actually looks really good.
Yes. Okay, so here's what I learned. That first attempt actually is not going to do anything for me anyways, because I blew out the bottom of it. The bottom was too thin. So when I cut it off of the bat, it's got a hole in the bottom of it now. I saw it yesterday when I went to go practice. And then that other one was a disaster to start with.
All right, I'm going to talk so they'll switch so they can see.
I could just put it up on the
screen. I know, but
too.
I wanted everybody to see this too.
Well, why are you showing my failures,
Because
Jeff?
this is...
I just admitted I'm feeling insecure because I'm not a natural.
Because
I'm not
this is
good
epic.
at pottery.
Look at that. The left one, man, it is perfect. And the right one is like, wow.
Okay, well, it's a learning process, Jeff.
You're going to have to put it up. I'm not even sure the photo stayed.
Okay, well, it's a learning process. So, didn't turn out so good. Also, on the one that was just looks like a failure, I never even cut it off the bat. So when they tried to get it off after it dried, they couldn't really get to the best of the bottom. It was all a fail. I was promised 4 usable pieces by the end of this class, but I think a lot of that depends on me being able to make something that's actually usable. So I went in yesterday. I was very intimidated. I was very discouraged she walked over and I was like, "Can you fix it?" And she goes, "What do you mean?" And I was like, I don't even know how you fix something like that. So I don't know what I mean. And I don't know what it's trying to be. She was like, "But some of our best art is just failures." And I was like, okay, this is all of this. Anyways, I went in and practiced yesterday. I think I did a little bit better. I still kind of sucked, Jeff, more than I wanted to. But I do think I have 2 at least usable vessels. Who wants a trinket dish? This is all that I can make.
All right. Hey, you're
short
good at,
little half cups.
You're good at trinket dishes.
Those is literally all I can make.
Those are good.
Well, you want one? Apparently, I'm going to be making 4 trinket dishes. I was told next time I'm supposed to make a bowl. I'm supposed to go from this to a bowl, Jeff.
I want to know what are you doing with the fail? Did they already get rid of it? What is going to happen with that?
I said, since I've made these 2 other ones, I know there's limited space. You can chuck those other ones if you want. She said, no, we're going to hang on to them. So
I think I may want your fail.
You can have it. It'll be a good test for glazing. You never know how glazing is going to turn out.
True.
So I can use something that kind of sucks to test my glazing. And then maybe if I have something usable, I won't ruin it in another part of the process because I've got crappy one. I'm trying to keep a positive attitude, but I was pretty darn discouraged, Jeff.
All kidding aside, now I'm having fun with you, but the 3 that you've done good on, they look really good, okay?
They look like I almost know something about.
Yeah, the fail... Honestly, it looks like you were on an uneven wheel because it's like, wow.
Here's a good life lesson. There's a lot of life lessons in pottery, which is part of the reason I like it. But sometimes you take your hands off. You just got to it's done. It's done. Stop messing with it because all you do is make it worse. Yes, I should have taken my hands off of that a good 5 minutes before. It was looking pretty darn good. It was looking like that other one, only taller. And then I was like, I think it needs a little rim on it. But nobody's taught me how to make a rim. So things went downhill.
I got to tell you, this is what's funny too. And I'm looking in the camera though on this one. So just today, she's over here looking at her hand and she's doing this. And I mean, I'm like, what are you doing over there? And she finally goes, oh, I figured out why my hand hurts. This is how much of a novice she is. The wheel at pottery class scraped her hand.
Well, I think it scrapes everybody. You got to keep your hand flat against the bat to get the shape right.
She's using the terminology.
Yeah. So it's a little scruffed up today from the bat. It could have been
there's a tiny little strawberry on her hand there.
Well, it's sensitive. And it's very smooth now. It really exfoliated that side of my hand. And then I've got the mud treatment. Pottery's good for you. And I feel really cool because I got an entire chunk of clay in the back of my car now. If you want to build anything, we can make some clay stuff.
Actually, I'm not. No, I'm picking on you, but I ain't trying it. It would be horrible if I tried.
You don't think you're going to be a natural?
Oh, I know I'm not.
Good news. Neither am I. It came as a shock and a disappointment to myself. But nope, it turns out I'm going to have to actually practice like everyone else.
What is this?
Who would have thought? So that's
I love how the instructor said some of our best arts is mistakes.
Yep. Yes. That's a very poetic way of looking. That's just a mistake. That was just a mistake.
Hey, I wanted to ask you this because you said the other day, and I jotted it down as soon as you said it, that we actually have somebody listening to our morning show in Barbados.
Oh, yeah. And I said it was probably you.
No, I was like, wait a minute. I just got back from there. Do you think I may have met this person?
Were you talking about our podcast or your job to literally anyone in Barbados?
I guess what I'm saying is, how many times have our paths crossed with people that you know, but yet you don't know? Do you see what?
Yes.
Like they listen to us and maybe they didn't put it together, but yet there I am in front of them.
That would be incredible if you could somehow prove that happened. It was one listener. The fact, I don't know that you ran across that one particular person in Barbados.
I know the odds are really low. But I got to think, what if they worked at the same resort? And what if they interacted with me?
You never know who you're bumping into.
I just thought that was so, because as soon as you said that, I'm like, oh, could I have met that person?
This is like a shower thought.
It is. I mean, it's like, I really did. When you said that, my whole body language, I was like, oh, I might have run into them.
And we'll never know, Jeff. We'll never know.
Thanks.
Unless they're listening right now and they want to tell us that they met you.
Yeah. Hey, if you're listening in Barbados, tell me. I met you. You were my driver from the airport. You gave me a pedicure. I'm just throwing out some of the people I met. Okay. I don't know.
Sounds like a pretty nice trip. Didn't have to drive. Got a pedicure.
Yeah.
Built a fan. Didn't even know it.
See?
I need some advice from you real quick because I got to deal with something today. If you're on vacation and there's some bad news at work, something that you're going to have to deal with.
Okay.
And it's going to kind of stress you out to know that you got to deal with it. When would you like to know that information?
Honestly,
do you want to know when you get back, or should I tell you so you can like kind of mentally prepare for it?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Yeah. First of all, you don't ever want to know it because it's like, but I think honestly, for me especially, I'd want to know before I get back so I can kind of prepare to be ready when I walk into this.
Okay. I think she's going to head back this weekend. I was like, should I text her today or tomorrow? And maybe she get it in the airport and she can play. I was listening to one of my clients' audio. It was going along just fine. It's a 36-minute file. And about 6 minutes in, I went and listened. It said, oh, the levels look really low on here. Oh, I think we're on the right mic or on the wrong mic input. Dead silence from there on out.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, this breaks my heart. And she did it right before she went on vacation. I was looking at her Instagram. There's some nice pictures of her lounging on the beach. And I was like, I just don't think I have it in me to tell her right now. Like, it's not due till next Friday. So she's got a little bit of time. But had the mic input right the first time. At least I didn't have to piece together what happened. The audio is pretty clear. No. Oops. Okay, so you're saying I should tell her pretty soon. I think she's heading back this weekend. It's Thursday. Maybe tell her.
Yeah, I think I would. I would just say, hey, look, I know this is not what you want to hear, but I got to let you know about this. So when you get back, it doesn't hit you right in the face.
Right, just so you can plan ahead. Yeah, she's got guests, so she's got to set up something.
And I mean, let's be honest too. Inevitably, you walk in back from vacation, no matter what you do for a living, and something does end up hitting you in the face.
There's always something gone wrong while you were out, but I just didn't want to ruin the vacay. Okay, thanks, Jeff.
All right, this one, I just wanted to get your take on this, and I'll tell you because there's a backstory about it. Are you a group text snob? Like you won't add somebody because they turn the chat green? That's the first time I
add them, but we give them crap about it.
So the first time I heard that was we were talking with family and somebody's group text. They said that, well, we don't have that person in there because they turned the text green or the chat green. And I'm like, wait, what? And I knew what they were talking about, but I was like, well, that's kind of snobbish.
It's a little snobbish. I kind of get it. I will say that the phones have fixed something on there because now when somebody reacts, like sends a heart or something like that, I no longer get 500 things that say so-and-so liked such and such. That was driving me absolutely bonkers. So at least they have fixed that. I won't leave people out, but let's shame them a little bit. Get in the Blue Bubble gang. You are messing up the group text, and you know it. Our friend takes pride in it. Yeah, I am.
Right? I'm not going to get that iPhone. I'm going to stay away from that as long as I can.
Which I understand. I'm not even saying iPhones are the best, but I've been in this club for a while, and I don't want to be the one that gets shunned by going green. So I got to roll with iPhone from now on.
Oh, you're the green bubble.
You're messing everything up. Is that all you had on that?
That's all I had,
okay,
yeah.
Speaking of phones, do you use your Notes app very often?
Not as much as I should.
When you do you just like, are you just throwing something in there like, I'm going to forget that? So
yes.
I just need to, so you've got a bunch of random stuff.
Yes.
Do you ever go back through and be like, what is this?
Here just recently, yeah, it's funny you brought this up. I did, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Like, I don't even know what I put in there.
I don't even, this is gibberish. This makes no sense.
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
No. So I was going back through some of mine and I was like, what? Some of these are really, really old. I just have one note that says, J-Man needs non-poop tea. I have saved that since 2021. J-Man needs non-poop tea.
Well, okay,
I don't know who J-Man is.
I was going to ask you, who's J-Man?
I don't know what non-poop tea is. I didn't know there was such a thing that was one or the other.
Non-poop tea?
I don't know. Since 2021. I also have one that just says, Harold, Brandon Stomach Monster. I'm guessing we named him and I didn't want to forget his name, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Then I have one that just says, Holy Mahogany.
Holy Mahogany?
I'm assuming that We're going to reverse and be honest about Rachael. That was probably something someone said while I was drunk, and I thought it was really funny when they meant holy moly and they said holy mahogany, maybe. That's my best guess. And then I have another one that just says Johnny Stamen, which I think we just maybe my friend.
Johnny
that
Stamen?
one's okay. I think my friends and I decided that if John Stamos was a porn star.
Wait, where are we? Wait, that's his porn name? Is that what you're saying?
That's what we made up for him. Now that I say it out loud, I'm like, actually, I do remember where that one came from. So why do we keep these?
I don't know. Like, I have this one for whatever reason. Gumby rocks.
That's it?
I know I'm a huge Gumby and Pokey fan, but I don't know why I felt the need to put in notes that Gumby rocks.
You just needed to remind yourself?
I mean,
yeah, like, what
did I see like a rock that reminded me? Like, I don't understand why I put that in there.
It was clearly important enough for you to pull out your phone and write it.
But was it really that important if I can't remember it?
Truly, I don't know.
Gumby rocks. That's cracking me up.
I just wondered if I was the only one that did that, because when I went back searching through, I was like, why do I have these? And then one thing that I do often, there is a bunch of random numbers in here. There are codes to a lot of stuff. I didn't want to note what the code was for. So I've just got a bunch of 4-digit, 6-digit codes in here. I have no idea what they go to.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. And I'm not going to throw them out, but I have a bunch of those that I know it's somebody's either pass key or, password. It's something.
I know I can get into a lot of different places, but I couldn't tell you which one goes to what. I guess I'd just have to go through all of them if I was really desperate to get in somewhere and hope that one of these keys work. Okay, well, it's not just me that makes me feel a little better. Thank you for that.
Why do we do that? That really has me questioning. Like, I know when we did it, we thought we're going to need to know this. We'll remember it. We'll put it in notes. And now we can't even tell you what it's for.
Nope, not at all. There's some passwords in here. Here's a list of me trying to remember all the places I've worked.
And why would you need that?
Because I just wanted to see if I could remember all my employees. just saw how long the list was.
Holy cow.
And that's not even all of them. I'm sure
I'm sorry. Holy mahogany.
Holy mahogany. I made this in 2019. I'm missing some jobs. There's been at least 3 or 4 more that I could add onto that list. I don't know what that says about
That's a list.
It is. I have one other thing I want to ask you.
Okay.
Because we're approaching Easter. What is your favorite way to dye Easter eggs, Jeff? There's a lot of different. Do you like using the markers? Do you dye them? Do you just like stuffing them and throwing them out back? I mean,
I was gonna say, so one of the reasons I am not a fan of vinegar is because of the dyeing of the eggs as kids.
It's so vinegary.
Hated it. So yes, let's get the plastic egg, let's stuff them and hide them out back. I don't want to die. I just don't.
Okay, that's fair.
I know that sounds like
I get the vinegar
so grumpy
smell.
old man, but it's just disgusting to me.
The vinegar smell, I don't know. I don't have to smell it all the time. It just comes along with Easter, so I don't mind it. It's just a brief period, so I just don't mind like the vinegar.
I just don't like
You know what I forgot though?
What?
They have the little plastic shrink wrap sleeves that you can stick them in and then stick them in the boiling water and then they go around them. I forgot those even existed.
I didn't even know about that.
They have little designs on them. They're really cute.
Okay, no, that's cool.
We did some of those. We did do the classic vinegar egg dye, but you can put the wax candle on it and then do multiple layers and stuff. We got pretty fancy with ours.
Now I will say one year we did with the grandkids do the markers and that was good. Because
the markers are easy too.
No vinegar.
And they have those egg spinners now that you can put them in and you can design.
That's what we had. And you just kind of
the best.
It was cool. Yeah.
The kids did some of those as well. The thing that I did think was really funny is they have all sorts of things to get the eggs out of the vinegar now.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of different tools. Back in the day, we just had the wire.
Yes.
Okay. So my niece totally threw Beth's brother under the bed. Her older brother was over there because she was like, these ones are only for him. He's old. He knows how to use these.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, that's a sick burn.
Yeah.
We had to use the old wire ones.
Dang.
They work better than the other. I saw her trying to get them out with the little tong ones and she couldn't. I'm like, use the wire one. Hey, we had it right, kid.
Bam.
I'm glad she didn't throw me under the bus though.
Well, she loves you so much.
She does. All right. That's all I had on that. You want to get to these tell me more
it's time
cards?
to do the game.
All right.
The question is, who's someone you look up to and what is it about them you admire?
Oh, what a good question. Did anyone pop to your head immediately?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to give props to my son-in-law. He did 4 tours in the military to Afghanistan and Iran. I was Iraq, sorry. And just the fact that he's one of those guys that you just never really hear complain. He just, whatever is thrown his way, he just, sucks it up, hitches his britches up and moves on down the road. And he's a really good dad, really good husband. And I know that he's younger than me, and it's like I shouldn't be looking up to him,
No.
But he's a good man. And, I'm taking the opportunity here to let everybody know he's a good man and that I admire him and look up to him for that because, he protected our country.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 tours. I mean, that's
amazing.
And the last 3 obviously were his choice. So, yeah.
It shows a lot of resilience. And I think just having that experience changes the perspective to things that matter more.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that's a really good pick. I admire that.
What about you?
I'm going to go with my best friend, Beth.
Aha.
She amazes me on a regular basis, not just for being ridiculous, but herself, she said she has a lot of chronic diseases, actually, some lupus, some like stuff that just makes her in pain all the time, all over the place, gives her random flare-ups. She's always kind of dealing with a health issue at all times. She has 4 adopted kids. She's a grandma. She takes care of her huge family. She's a great aunt. She's a great friend. She keeps a positive perspective on life. She went through a thing with COVID where it really literally almost killed her. And has come out the other side, living her best life, taking advantage of every second that she has. And I've watched her I've known her my whole life. I've watched her go through a lot of ups and downs. She's an incredibly resilient person. And I just find her incredibly inspiring all the time.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah. And I'm lucky that she just happens to be my best friend.
That's
cool.
So
yeah, she's awesome. All right, Jeff, how would you describe what you believe your life's purpose is?
Oh, wow. Have you got an answer to this?
Yeah, because I think about because I don't know why I think about maybe we all do. I want to be somebody that is loving and respectful to all. I mean, loving others. That's my life's purpose. Just trying to be the best human that I can and help other people become the best humans that they can be. I think that's what I try to do on a regular basis. I try to treat everybody with respect and make people feel, this is the thing I've been commented on twice lately, but make people feel like they can actually be them real selves instead of having to put on some sort of air. They can actually be honest and open up without any kind of judgment or anything like that. And I think a lot of times that's just what people need. That is very loving to me, to just take people as they are, hear them out. So I think that's mine.
That's really good. Read it one more time.
How would you describe what you believe is your life's purpose?
Wow. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you said, I strive to be too, just the best person, try to be so non-judgmental, unless it's Rachael, then I'm very judgmental.
Well, that goes without saying.
But when you talk about life's purpose, maybe it is just for as long as I've been doing what I've been doing, maybe it is just to put a smile on somebody's face every day. Because, Toby Mac has a song called Speak Life, and it really has great lyrics about the power of words.
Yeah.
And I think about how, like, even when we talk to callers on our morning show, when we say, hey, we appreciate you or have a good day, just that little statement could change their whole outlook, because you have no idea what somebody's going through. When you walk into a store and you just say hi to somebody,
yeah,
you have no idea what's going on in their life. That could be the thing they needed right then and there to get them through the rest of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe this became to the forefront for me during COVID, but like the value of giving people a laugh.
Yeah.
It's a little thing, but without that, I mean, we went into a thing where all the comedians weren't doing anything. We didn't there was nobody that was generating laughs at that point. And that was really something that was missing. So, and I see it in this job, and it's something that I didn't know before I took the job, but like what we do, doing silly debates, fart jokes, toilet stuff, people will come up with tears in their eyes and say, literally, thank you. I was going through a hard time and you guys were there and you just gave me a laugh. It really is a gift. And it seems like such a small, insignificant thing sometimes.
Well, you and I kid a lot that we may not be funny. We make each other laugh.
Yeah, true.
But you're right. I do think sometimes that whole, speak life, the positive words, or even if it's a bad dad joke, what it could do, to somebody.
Sometimes you just need a laugh, or your brain needs to. There's a lot of bad things you can think about. Sometimes your brain needs a break. It just needs something else. And hopefully we can provide that.
And even if it's a 3-second break.
Right. It's a 3-minute bit. Maybe it made your day feel a little bit lighter for 3 minutes. If we can do that, I think that is a significant thing.
Wow, we got really deep on that one.
We did. Why do we keep doing this at the end?
I don't know. Maybe we should mix it up and next week start it with this, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's another joke on my phone that we can end with.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
I'm going to go assemble my sperm race team right now. You want to bet on it?
I didn't need to know or think about that. Wow.
Good one, Coach.
You go, little Jeff.
Yo, go.